Believe it or not, that's the most fun I've had with this wheel. Oh, Fanatec, what are we going to do with you? When you send something off to be repaired, you tend to expect to get it back and it work. What you don't expect is to the first time you get it back to be blamed that it was you and that there's nothing wrong with it. And then you spend a while trying to convince them that no, there's nothing wrong with me, not in that respect. There's plenty wrong with me, but... And then they have it back. They have everything back. And you get it back weeks later. A good amount of weeks later. And it's worse than it was before. It not only has the existing problem, but it has new problems as well. Hooray for useless technical support and repairs. They couldn't even tell me what they had repaired. So, here's the thing. I was rightly pissed when I got all this back and the DD1, and I put a forum post saying, you know what, Fanatec, you can have it all back and I want my money back. I've had this 3 months now. You've had it most of that time. I've only played this probably 10 hours. And I got a long email yesterday off them saying they won't offer a refund, but they will have it back to have a look at, providing I do a video that shows the problems. So this is that video that shows those problems. As you can see, if I go on to what the first problem was when I first returned it, it was quite a simple one. The downshift wouldn't register. It just wouldn't register very well. It wouldn't connect very well. And I had to fiddle with it. And they sent it back to me saying there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's you, basically. So after several weeks of trying to get them to take it back, they took it back, and I had to wait forever and a day, 4 weeks to get it back. And several emails to them. They didn't reply until the very last minute and said, we've sent it back to you. It's on its way back to you. It's been fixed. It's been repaired. They didn't say what had been repaired. They didn't say what they did, or just got it back. When I sent it to them, I made sure it was super clean, you know, in this day of COVID and everything else. And when I got it back, it looked like somebody had opened a bag of crisps, chips, and decided to make a bath of that and just roll the DD1 in that. Just get greasy fingers all over it. It was disgusting. I had to give it a good old clean. Same with the wheel. It was filthy. And when I set it all up, half of me was thinking, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. It's going to be the same as it was before. They just had it sat in their repair room, and they've been using it as a picnic table. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for the fact that when I got it back, it was actually worse. It not only had the problem that it had before, which was now worse, but it had other problems too. So they hadn't repaired it. In fact, they just simply made it much worse with new problems, as you can see in this video. So they said to me, hey, Stu, not quite as nice as that, show us some videos. So Fanatec, this is that video where you can see all the problems that didn't have before but now has thanks to your repair. And I'm fully aware that you will not and are not prepared to give me a refund, but what I do want is not only this to be working, but I want new ones of these, because these don't work. The same with the DD1. You can have that back and you can send a new one to me. The reason being is that from experience, when you buy something like this and it continually just doesn't work despite being repaired, and I'm going to use fingers, repaired by the manufacturer, and even they can't fix it, and they keep returning it to you, and you're unable to use it, you're unable to sell it on because that wouldn't be fair or even right in any regard, you're stuck with, you know, what's collectively known as a lemon. So I've just been trying to change gear, and as you can see, I've stopped. I should be able to change up and change down, and I'll do this whilst I'm driving. Sometimes I'll be able to change up, sometimes I won't, sometimes I'll be able to change down, sometimes I won't. And this just happens all the time. And it's impossible to play any game when sometimes it does work and you get this. You just... it's impossible. I'm not paying nearly £2,000, probably a bit more than that actually, by the time you include the pedals and everything else, on something that I simply cannot use. So here's the videos, Fanatec, and you can have it all back, and I expect a new, not necessarily a rim, you know, you don't need to worry about replacing the rim, but a new hub, a new thingy, you know, Podium hub, connector thing, quick connect, and a new DD1, because the ones I've got do not work. And since you've had it back, they're worse than before. And I do not want to have these back only to find that I'm going to have to contact you again and make another video, another round of complaints, another request to have you have it back. And when I return this, I don't want to wait for you to repair it. I want you to send me a whole new one back, so I'm not having to wait for you to balls it up again. And I'm fully aware that those that are watching this video are probably saying, yeah, you just hurt, man, you're just down on the Fanatec. I'm not. Before I got the DD1 and this lot, I was a huge fan of Fanatec. I had the CSW 2.5, very, very happy with that. So much so that made me buy the direct drive, the DD1, and spend an absolute fortune on a wheel and all of that nonsense. I wish I hadn't. So I understand that people, you know, that haven't had problems, they're very happy with their gear, that works perfectly fine, and I'm sure it does. That's great, happy for you. But, you know, wait until it goes wrong. Wait until you have to send it back. I wish you luck with that. I really do. Thankfully, Germany isn't too far away from the UK, and I feel sorry for those that are in other countries that are much further away, the USA, Australia, and so on, that have similar issues where they have to send it back. They're going to have to wait even longer. And yeah, so Fanatec, there we go. That's what I'm after. It's quite simple. And anything, your responses to me will all be shown on video. If you do a great job, I'll praise you. If you do a bad job, like you have kind of so far, I'll do more of these. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for watching, Fanatec. And those of you that want to comment, let me know your thoughts. Have you had anything to do with Fanatec? Have you had to send things back? Maybe you've had a great experience, and that's wonderful. That's always encouraging. It gives me hope. But have you had a bad experience? Let me know there in the comments, right there below. Thanks again for watching. Thank you, Fanatec, and I'll see you next time.